Yeah. I feel like we're just both a just big gross bag of sounds. Sniffles and sneezes. Coughs
Hey, but
and
you're
wheezes.
wearing your Crocs.
I'm really embracing 40 is what I'm doing. When I first got these Crocs, cue the music. And when I first got these Crocs, my dear friend Ted, did receive a picture of them in a text message, and he said, "Really embracing 40, aren't we, Brandon?" And I said, "Yup. Hey guys, welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts, a bag of coughs, sneezes, and wheezes, and we wear Crocs because we're old and gross."
Welcome.
Yeah, I think we're gonna make it. I think we're gonna make it through this one, and I don't necessarily think we're gonna make it through this one, but I think we might make it through this one. Hey guys, welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts, and you know,
He's Brandon Birdwell.
I am. I'm one half. Sorry. Hey guys, welcome to Cold Hands. We're already not making it. Welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. I'm Brandon Birdwell. I'm one half of the Cold Hands, Warm Hats podcasting. Cold Hands, Warm Hats.
And I'm Ashley Engel. I'm the other half. Hi, guys. Welcome. I'd like to clarify that I do not own a pair of Crocs, but Brandon does, and he's wearing them. He's ready to croc.
But I'm crock and roll, baby. Crocs with socks. But here's the thing about Crocs is I don't do the shell top. I don't do a shell top Croc.
They sandals.
These are slides. These are Croc slides, and what I do is I put them on, and I just slide around. And I say I'm ready for the club. I'm ready for
Steakhouse.
I'm ready to go walk around in a backyard.
Yes.
I'm ready. I
can hose these off.
I can hose these. I can hose myself off without taking these off. Is what I can do, and it's what I do when I do.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Listen, it all comes back to the do.
Will you pause for just a second?
What?
Pause. Hang on.
Are we ready to record now? Can I press record now?
You already did.
Yeah, I did. And here's the thing, guys. The problem with podcasting with Ashley. Sorry, let me say this again. One of the problems about podcasting with Ashley is she will bring up an issue that could easily be troubleshotted, and she could have done that. She could have checked her connections. She could have made sure that her headphones were plugged in, but no, she didn't. What she did is she said, "Hey, pause it so that I can have you check the connections."
I checked them and they sounded fine. And once we started, it sounded bad. And at first I thought maybe one of my ears was clogged up because as Brandon has mentioned, we both are still dealing with the crud, guys.
But there's some crud.
Here we are.
There's some crud.
3 weeks later, I still got it.
3 weeks later.
Yeah.
That's how they do it on SpongeBob.
Oh, nice.
1 eternity later.
Yeah, that's how I feel. It's been an eternity with this in my head. And what had happened was
To it.
on Thanksgiving, I came down with it. Remember the episode a couple ago where I could barely speak?
For those of you who aren't just now jumping in, those of you ride or die potties who've been here since the beginning,
You'll remember.
You'll remember every detail. Every minor detail of our stupid, asinine, mundane lives that we broadcast onto the stupid internet.
Speak for yourself. But anyway, I
just did.
Okay. I came down with something on Thanksgiving Day, had it for about a week.
Was it called gratitude? You came down with a scorching case of gratitude.
Additionally, some kind of a virus. And Hope, my daughter, had it as well. Then we were getting better. Then last week, she comes down with the flu. And then don't bring it back up. Don't do it.
Okay, was gonna.
Well, she's back in school today, so you can. Okay.
Listen, that roller coaster ride that we just went on.
We're on the mend.
Man, I felt like I just don't know what to do with myself all of a sudden.
I know.
Loop-de-loop.
But it's just, it's just what we do this time of year. It's just what we all do.
It kind of is. It feels like everybody's really kind of getting it this year. It feels extra bad.
It's because our immunity's down.
Well,
from the COVID times.
Listen,
maybe we had the COVID. I don't know.
I think that it's important to note that that COVID is real.
Yeah.
And
we always say it.
We do. We're here. Hey guys, listen, we are the only CDC sponsored comedy podcast.
You're putting,
no, come on.
there.
Come on. Next week when Fauci comes on, he's going to tell all the people that Brandon knows about coves.
Our listeners would be shocked beyond
Wouldn't that
shocked
be amazing? If just one day it was like, hey guys, so today we're just going to be chatting with Anthony Fauci.
And he was our first and only guest.
And he's on here just spitting all sorts of like virus knowledge. And then I'm like, hey Fauci. Hey Fauci, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Toots.
Toots who?
Yeah.
What?
Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in to Cold Hands and Warm Hearts. Make sure and wear your masks and wash your hands. COVID's real.
And we're sick still.
This is Brandon Ashley, Anthony Fauci, and Toots Who signing off. Thanks for tooting in. Bram, bam, bam. Bram, bam, bam. Bram, bam, bam. Bram, bram.
Don't bring it up again.
And that's it. And
that was the worst fake podcast I've ever heard.
I disagree. I feel like that right there that's like a high watermark in our podcasting careers thus far. How could it not be? We just had Anthony Fauci on.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to share that soundbite on the socials.
That's going to be the thing where everyone's like, holy cow.
They've done it.
They're going to hear it and say either one of two things.
Okay.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
They got Fauci on.
They got the Fauci.
They got the Fauci? How'd they Fauci? They're either going to say that or they're going to say, what are they talking about? And why, what did they lose the music? Why is Brandon humming it?
Or both of those things.
I think it's entirely possible that there's gonna be a little crossover between the two. A little Venn diagram, so to speak.
Oh man, it feels good to laugh.
It does.
I'll tell you what, guys.
That's our motto here in Fauci Town.
It really is. So it's been a bit of a weekend, hasn't it, B?
It has.
And you know what? I think it's important that we not dwell on this, but that we do share with our listeners what has happened.
Yeah, because if I do dwell on it, I will legitimately start crying on the podcast.
And we don't want that. We're
and
here to laugh.
Nobody needs that. So I'm gonna just
power through. Go.
Yeah. So we lost Tilly Girl this weekend.
Tilly Girl. She's become the de facto mascot of the pod.
Yep.
And you guys were so dear to wish her happy birthday and happy 5th last Christmas. And so, her time came.
Yep.
This past weekend, and it was a real bummer. And she was the sweetest of sweet girls. And we just thought we should let you all know because you've all come to love her and know her too.
Yep. It was a rough weekend. It wasn't great.
No, it wasn't. But you know what? Life goes on. She was a good girl. You gave her the best of lives.
You know you're going to have to talk for a minute while I dry up, right?
I will. And I'll tell them about the sermon I delivered yesterday on grief. I'm telling you what, guys, it was a grief-filled weekend. I preached a sermon yesterday.
God, just the worst podcast title. Welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. We're just going to put a capper on our grief-filled weekend. God.
But listen, guys, this is real life, and you've been with us.
Sponsor us, Zoloft. Golly, I hate you so much. Hey, Brandon, what are you doing tomorrow at 12:30? Can I come to your house and make you cry on the internet?
Let's talk about sadness.
Hey, taste these chips and tell us what you think of them, idiot.
No, listen. But guys, this is real life, and we're sharing our lives with you. And so it's only fair that we bring you along. We're not going to dwell on it.
It's true.
But this weekend it was kind of a downer. We did have some beautiful moments though. We had a phenomenal meal on Saturday night, did we not? It
was a tasty meal.
It was. Okay, so we've told you about our dear friends Levi and Jess.
Dear.
And Levi, Brandon, and Jeff have a business. Mm-hmm. And once a year...
Levi and Jess, whose kid, not to dwell on it, wrote the sweetest letter to Benny about Tilly. And now I'm going to cry again. So get back to the meal.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, I know. What did I just do there? Why did I do that? I think it was important to note it because it was very sweet of their son to reach out for his buddy like that. It was really kind.
It was a sweet, sweet moment, and it was such a proud parenting moment for them too.
It was.
To raise kiddos who are kind-hearted and sensitive to their friends is pretty great.
Totally. Anyway, let's get back to the funny ha-has, please.
Okay.
Gah.
Okay, Brandon, we will. And so
No, my emotions.
I know.
I don't.
You don't like
do
them.
emotions.
And listen, I'll sit with them all day.
I
can
know
do this
you
all
will.
Day.
You will have a potluck for emotions.
I cried through my sermon yesterday.
I know.
Cried through it. And that's
She
what I
said,
think sometimes.
always.
Not always. But anyway, we had this incredible meal. We do this once a year.
Not Incredible Pizza, because you don't think Incredible Pizza is
No,
incredible.
It wouldn't have been a good meal.
No.
But this was at a delicious new restaurant in Oklahoma City in the First National Center called Stock and Bond. And when I tell
Stock
you
and Brains.
that this was in my top 3 steaks of my life, I'm not joking around. I'm not messing.
Okay. I didn't think you made the weirdest, most intense eye contact ever. Well, you're still doing it. It's just different. I hate what you're doing right now.
Let's walk the people through the meal.
So
Levi
I
orders.
awoke on a Saturday.
Okay.
Suddenly I was awake.
Okay.
I gave a stretch. I gave a stretch and I greeted the day. I swung both feet
I
off to
said,
the side of the
"Hello, Mr. Sun."
Hello, Mr. Sun. And then I said, I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna eat a meal. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna get the meatiest beef, and I'm gonna chew it.
So we get to the restaurant, and Jeff and I.
The restaurant.
And we sit down at the table. Jess says, Levi has ordered the seafood tower.
Which to me is like you've said my 2 favorite words.
And it's
seafood and tower.
The height of opulence.
It is.
Especially when you live in a landlocked state.
Frankly, speaking of the height, I was equal parts pleased that it was not crazy tall, but also let down because I wanted every eyeball in that place on our tower of fish. And because to me, it's the rich person's equivalent of the sizzling fajitas at Chili's. When you walk the seafood tower through the place, you get a lot of rubberneckers. You get a lot of people like, what's this? What are they doing?
Are those oysters?
What's this? What's this? There's oysters everywhere. What's this? What's this? They'll stain their underwear. Oh, sorry. You went more conceptual with it.
Sorry, friends.
Yeah, listen. Oysters?
Yeah.
Skronks?
Yeah. Lobsters.
Lobsters in the pot. They had these little miniature Tabasco sauces.
They were so cute, guys. They were probably like 2 inches tall.
I filled my pockets. Yeah. You know that little pocket in the top of your pocket in jeans that no one knows what it's for? It's for mini Tabasco sauces.
How many did you fit in there?
There are 3. What I did, and what I've already used them. I used them all. I went and found the nearest chicken tendy establishment. I doused them with an eyedropper full of Tabasco sauce.
I'm surprised you had room in your belly for a chicken tendy.
For
a single tendy, because that was a meal for the ages.
Yeah, well,
that's what it was.
Just when you start with the seafood tower. You're not really setting yourself up for a locale excursion.
Well, you've shared with everyone how you love an oyster.
I love an oyster.
You love a shell full of mucus.
It is the most. Mm-hmm. It's the briniest and most delectable snot shell you could ever imagine. And
that is a great description.
I could eat. Apt. I could eat 1,000 of those boogers.
Yeah, and you did. I think
I did.
The whole bottom layer of the tower was oysters.
You
big
think?
Ones?
It was. Big ones and small ones.
And little ones.
There's just some varietals, various, just a sampling of the sea. Poseidon's bounty.
That's what they should change the name of the seafood tower to.
And what they should do is the whole walk through the restaurant, they should be ringing a giant sea bell.
Sea bell.
Spraying salt water on the patrons. You shouldn't have sat in the splash zone, idiot.
And the waitress has to wear a mermaid tail.
Just hopping,
and a coconut bra.
Hopping through the place going, oh, while some lady in the corner is going, sing, sing.
Dinner and a show.
And you sit there and you can't eat it with your hands. Everyone has to use a giant trident to stab their seafood. And listen, but what I'm saying is, You come for the fish, but you stay for the pageantry is what they do. And it's all about making everyone in the place feel like they're
under the sea.
Yeah,
darling,
it's better down where it's wetter. Yeah, you can't, guys, like, and oh, that blowfish. Uh-oh. I want a guy on a peg leg. just a salty old fella. Captain Shapton, bringing...
Captain Shapton?
Captain Shapton. Look, spent many years on an angry sea. To bring you, I dedicated 3 decades to bring you this.
Ahi tuna.
This seafood tower. It pairs lovely with a white.
Listen, missed opportunity, Stock and Bond.
You guys are too focused on being classy and not enough focused on being a ridiculous mermaid-themed restaurant.
On being Disney for grown-ups.
Welcome to Merpersons. Welcome to Merson's, home of the most ridiculous appetizer in the history of humanity. And listen, not only do we have this the seafood tower, we've got who's its and what's its galore. You want thingamabobs? I've got 20.
And they hand everyone a fork and go, "Here's your dingle
Here's
hopper,
your dingle
sir."
hopper. Here's your dingle hopper, Judge. Just the classy people from downtown. Here you go, Judge and wife.
And the waitress is wearing an Ariel wig, and she has to comb her hair a few times.
She combs it and then hands it to you, and it's totally sanitary. It's fine. And then
it's just a wig.
I'm sorry. I dropped my dingle hopper. Could I get a new one, please? Yeah, no, the seafood tower. We could do a full 45 on the seafood tower.
Shoot, I'm telling you what. No, missed opportunity. The chef comes out singing Les Poissons.
Les Poissons, Les Poissons. Hey, hey, hey. Ha, ha, ha. Katie, make sure we did that right, please. Make sure we did that right because
Did we say fish?
We want to be respectful to the culture of Les Poissons.
Listen. Okay, that was an awesome aside. We started with the seafood tower, guys. Then we move into the main...
Maybe you've heard of it.
They have now. Oh, shoot. I'm telling you what, it was the height of opulence.
It was truly the height of opulence.
Oh, man. So then we move into main courses. We all got a steak.
So good.
Tell about your steak. Because you can get your topping on it. What'd you get?
You can get it. I got more seafood.
Yes.
Because honestly, I didn't get enough. I hogged all of the oysters. Frankly, I was trying to be generous and share, but it's just so hard not to be shellfish. And so I didn't get enough seafood.
No.
So I got, and I don't know why they do it this way. I guess maybe it makes you feel more connected with the food. I got a crab named Oscar on top of a filet mignon.
Yes.
And it was just a crabby, saucy, a beautiful crabby, saucy delight, which is how I've been described for years. But guys.
Do you guys know Brandon, the crabby, saucy delight?
Oh, dude, crabby, saucy delight's going to be there? CSD? Dude, that guy's got all the best fish.
That might be the title of the podcast.
A crabby, saucy delight. A crabby, saucy delight coming out of a grief-filled weekend. Oh my gosh. Anyways,
listen, that's a great title.
But yes. So just a crabby, a mound of crab. Atop of perfectly cooked filet mignon.
Oh, that steak. I also had the filet mignon, but I got mine with truffle butter.
Yeah, you did because
and I gave you a bite of it.
Because you had your fill of seafood. I, on the other hand, had not.
Well, this truffle butter, I love a truffle, guys. Love one. Love one. It is a singular flavor. It is earthy.
Earthy.
That's what you said. I gave you a bite and you were like, this is earthy.
This is earthy.
This is of the earth.
I went like this. I took a bite and I went, umami. This is earthy.
He did.
Because it's umami, you guys. It's the umami. It's the indefinable quality of umami.
Doesn't fit in any category.
Springs forth from the earth.
Yep.
We sampled the delights of the earth and the delights of the sea.
We did.
And then we got a bite of sunshine for dessert.
We actually did. So we had the meal. We had delicious steaks and sides. Then
Dude,
the desserts.
Mac and Churst.
Oh, don't forget that mac and
Mac and Churst.
It was in a skillet. It was like in a skillet.
It had the crispy edges.
Yeah.
I noticed that some people left some crispy edges. So I went through like an absolute vulture scavenger human, scraping it off with my dingle hopper.
Yes.
Making sure that I got every single bit of the Churst crust.
I did the same with the tray of mushrooms.
Yes.
I was like, "What are you doing? Leave no mushroom behind."
That's true. Listen, it's like you're going into battle, and these are just soldiers. You don't leave anybody behind. You bring it all with you.
You do it. So this meal was great. It was a real highlight in a bit of a dark weekend.
Did you guys know that we had a grief-filled weekend? Here, she's going to keep bringing it back, but she's going to keep bringing it back.
I'm not. I let you know that Hope had the flu. So it was a bit of a downer at my house this week too. I'll tell you what I have never played as much of in my life, and that's Uno.
I don't care for Uno.
Do you know, I hate a card game, but I like Uno.
What is it?
It's my kind of card game.
What is it?
Because I don't have to think too hard.
Ashley Ingle, pastor from Oklahoma, says, it's my kind of card game. Just the lamest Uno commercial ever.
No, it's true. It's the card game for the non-thinking person.
There it is.
I hate cards. I hate it. My friends will tell you. My favorite meme is that one of Scarlett Johansson looking so bedraggled.
Bedraggled is a wildly underused word.
It's so good. And that's how I feel when people are trying to describe a card game to me. I try to pay attention and I can't. It's like my brain shuts down. It's like math. And I don't want it. And I have said, I have not lived 43 years on this planet to have to pay attention to card game rules.
And 43?
Then play it. Okay.
Sick.
And then play card games. I'm not doing it. So I played a lot of Uno. We did a lot of crafting, painting.
Okay.
We also watched High School musicals 1, 2, and 3. And this is interesting to me because we missed that boat.
It was not. We were not in the target market for high school musical.
But I'll tell you what, if we had been, we would have been all about it.
I like a musical.
Yeah.
I like seeing a bunch of. What are you pointing?
I'm pointing at you. I'm making a point.
I hated that. Like I literally am looking at the screen. Just to make sure that your shrill voice isn't peaking, I turn back and I've got a pointer finger right in my face.
I'm trying to make a point about High School Musical.
And the point was, you good?
No, guys, it's not good.
The proper answer to you good these days is
no.
Nope. You know what? Nope.
I need a seafood tower.
If I'm at, that's the
answer to all our
literally
ills.
the tagline of my life. I'm going to start going to rock and roll shows and standing in the back. Yeah. And whenever the lead singer gets on stage and everyone's going crazy and he says, "How's everyone doing tonight?" and everyone screams, I'm going to go, "It's not going really. It's going kind of bad right now.
I had a grief-filled weekend.
I had a grief-filled weekend. Having a rough go of it. But honestly, though, thank you for asking, Bono. It's really great of you to take time out of your rock and roll show to check in on my mental health."
Me personally.
I don't know about the rest of these fans, but me personally, I'm really hoping that an evening full of music and levity pulls me out of the depths of despair.
Because the seafood tower I ate earlier didn't quite do it.
Yeah, play the hits now, please. I can't sit through new stuff. I'm losing it.
Listen, guys, it's been a grief-filled weekend.
It has.
So, one other funny thing that I did this weekend, kind of in an attempt to cheer you up.
A grief-filled weekend under the sea.
That's it. That's it.
Just the most confusing.
I can't know I'm talking.
Oh my gosh. It's true. It's
true.
Oh my gosh. The worst.
You guys may have seen out there on the World Wide Web, on the social medias.
Oh.
Which we're on all of them, guys. At this time, we're
TikTok.
at CHWH Pod on all of them. But we're most active on Instagram. So if you're not over there, get over there and follow us. We have a good time.
We find that 40 and 43.
Yeah.
Instagram feels like the sweet spot there.
It feels like home.
TikTok's it's not our age group necessarily. No. And Facebook feels like it skews a little bit older these days. Yeah. I feel like we're in that TikTok sweet spot.
We are.
Yeah.
You mean Instagram?
I feel like we're not in that TikTok sweet spot.
There it is.
Golly, what is happening
It's
right
fine.
now?
So anyway, you guys have probably
2,
seen
3, 4, TikTok.
I look good in my Versace dress.
Daddy paid for this apartment.
Daddy paid for this apartment.
Go to my sponsored Amazon link and buy these Crocs for me. I get a 20% kickback and I'm gonna buy a t-shirt with it. TikTok. Don't stop. Make it drop. So what I'm saying, guys, is we're in the TikTok sweet spot. Because if that right there was any indication of what goes down on the TT, the TIKTOKKK gets a tick-a-tock-a-tock.
That's it. Oh, shoot. Anyway, if you're active on TikTok, you've seen out there all of the people posting their AIs from the Lensa app, where it takes pictures of you and turns you into superheroes and like Star Wars space heroes.
A person from a Star War, a Wookiee,
woodland fairies.
that turns you into a Yoder.
I am just wheezing this whole episode.
Oh, take me and spin me up into an Art-Toot 3PO. It makes me turn into a gremlin, right? Don't feed them after midnight.
It really does.
Don't get them wet.
Listen.
The Mogwai will turn into a TikTok. It's going to make...
What?
It's all smashed together.
I guess. Anywho, this is what grief does to Brandon, guys. Makes him a little kooky. So we did this with our pictures, and I have not laughed that hard in a long time. I know you were deep in your feels that evening.
I was, and...
So it maybe wasn't as funny to you?
Well, every picture of me looked like a sad person, too. So it's like I was looking in an artificial intelligence mirror, just being sad back at
Listen,
myself.
you looked great. As a superhero?
You know what's awesome?
As an astronaut?
This is the only time you've ever told me I look great is when it was an artificially generated version of me.
Not true.
No, listen, I will say this. I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you see out there on the Instagram and also on the TikTok that there's a big artist revolt around this.
Yeah.
Because it's somebody's algorithm that they designed and now people are using it without permission.
Well, so we're not endorsing it.
No, we're not.
You know what I did? I uninstalled it from my phone. I didn't.
Yeah.
I did the free thing.
I didn't even do it.
And I did it for you.
You did it, but what I did is I sent a text. I said, hey, Fauci, have you told the people? Have you told the people?
It's harmful to their health.
It's harmful to their health. And he said, yeah. And then he sent me a picture of himself in the AI. It's just, but I couldn't tell it was him. He's wearing a mask, but it was an artificially generated Fauci. Similar to the actual Fauci that's coming on our show. We artificially generated him.
Oh, man. Okay, so we've been doing a lot of Christmas things in order to lean into the season because we're a couple weeks out. It's hard to believe, right?
I can't even believe it.
That's a Christmas noise.
Yeah.
So this got me thinking.
What? That's the same lady who reviewed That's My Kind of Card Game.
That's Uno. This is for me.
That's my kind of card game. That's a Christmas noise.
So I got to thinking the other day about some very special Christmas memes because we did this for Thanksgiving. And a couple of mine from my childhood are as follows, : the first one, I ate a glass Christmas ball when I was very young.
Yeah.
And Mom, and it's family lore, and Mom told me that she left the room for a moment. I believe I was like 2. And I thought, oh, pretty. And I ate it.
Yeah.
And she called the doctor.
Yeah.
And she said she was, frantic. And she said, what do I do? Is there anything I should feed her? And he said, well, does she like bread?
Sure.
And that was it.
It's just you're gonna create an Iron Kids bread ball that's
I don't know.
It's grabbing chunks
Iron Kids.
and it's just gonna roll around your stomach. You know, one thing that I always heard that is very gross to think about is people would be like, don't swallow gum. It'll be in your stomach for 7 years, which I don't know who did that science. Let's ask Fauci about that.
Is that true?
But here's the thing.
Google it, producer.
Google gum in your stomach.
How long does gum last in your stomach?
But here's
producer,
the thing.
You look great today.
I heard, yeah, you kind of do.
You're looking good.
You would look better as an artificially intelligent version of yourself.
We should do it for him.
But listen, someone told me this one time. They were like, you can't chew gum and swallow it because it'll stay in your stomach for 7 years.
Yeah.
And then if you bite your fingernails,
yes,
they're going to go down there and they're going to get stuck in the gum. And you're going to create like some rolling medieval torture device.
The thing
in
on
your
a chain
stomach.
that you
a
spin around.
mace.
A mace.
A bubblegum flavored mace with fingernails sticking out.
Horrific to think about.
Why is that a thing that we both heard? Because that can't be a real thing.
I feel like that was akin to the thing with Mikey. Was it Mikey where everyone said he ate Pop Rocks?
Pop Rocks and Sody Pop.
And died.
He Mentos to his belly.
He didn't do it though.
No,
that's fake.
No, fake news. Fake news about
Mikey's
Mikey.
alive and well.
We don't know that. Fauci, get on that.
Fauci, get on that. So anyway, I ate that Christmas ball. I guess I was fine.
A widespread fear, thank you, producer, that chewing gum will stew in your intestines for years is unfounded. Gum, like most other undigested foods, will pass through you within 24 to 48 years. Hours. It's hours.
So guys, put your minds at ease.
So guys, bon appetit.
We're here.
Bon appetit on your big league chew. Swallow it up because I'm sure it has nutritional value.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No, don't do that. But also you're going to be fine if you accidentally do it.
I loved a big league chew.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
a pouch full of grape.
A
pouch full of purple.
I would say that pouch full of perp.
A pouch full of perp.
I would say that of all the bubblegum flavors, Grape Reign's supreme.
Would you say?
Like
Bubblicious grape?
Yep.
Like a bubble tape?
That's it.
Gosh, I love a bubble tape as well.
Same. It's so soft.
I like bubble gum made to be like office supplies.
Sure.
It's a thing I'm into.
And also,
that's my kind of chewing gum.
And also chewing tobacco.
Do you know, yes, Chaw, big chief, Chaw, the good stuff. God, that scene in The Sandlot where they all hork on the tilt-a-whirl.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is not an urban legend. That will in fact happen.
And I'll tell you this right now. Chewing tobacco.
Yeah. Becky.
Mentos, Pop Rocks.
Oh no.
Diet Coca-Cola Classic.
Don't do it, guys.
You'll just throw both ways.
Don't do it.
It'll be everywhere.
Anyway, so I ate a glass Christmas ball. Another thing. On that note, one Christmas, I would say I was probably 5 to 7 in that range. Okay. So you would have been around 3 to 5.
When you were 7, I wasn't born yet.
Okay. Anyway, I received a package, my very own package of chocolate-covered cherries. I ate every one of them.
Yeah.
Every one.
How'd that go?
So sick.
Yeah.
Do you know what I have not been able to eat since that day is a chocolate-covered cherry? Are there any foods like that for you? You ate and then got sick and you're like, never again?
I have not for years and years and years. It's so funny that you ask because I have not for as long as I can remember, I have not been able to go back and eat a glass Christmas ornament. I was so traumatized by it. I like that you decided to say, I ate chocolate covered cherries and I haven't been able to eat them since. You didn't qualify that with the glass Christmas ornament. Like you could be snacking on those every Yuletide season.
I got a bag of them over here.
No thanks. I'll pass on the figgy pudding, but could you pass me that lovely Macy's ornament over there?
You got any in silver? It's my favorite flavor.
Because there's just a real earthy umami about a silver bird. Go ahead.
That's a Christmas sound.
That's another Christmas sound.
So loud.
Yeah, when you get right up on that mic with it.
So another funny memory I remembered was due to my sermon on grief. I was talking about our grandparents and Christmas memories. And our grandpa Butler, Mom's stepfather, one Christmas.
Butler, best name.
His Christmas tree.
He always had whiskers and he would eat corn on the cob and he always had just a little
residue.
Little corn res.
And so his Christmas tree was tilted. And so he took steak knives, hammered them into the crown molding, tied ropes to them,
taut ropes as well. Taut ropes almost as like it was an inadvertent Kevin McAllister booby trap. It's
was.
like, and here we are down on the ground.
Tiny children.
I'm
eating
opening
Christmas balls.
Me just shredding into a package like a gerbil with some newspaper. Just opening up my Dick Tracy action figures.
Yeah.
Getting so excited about that. Oh, he's posable. Oh, he gets kung fu grip on this one, and I'm just so excited. Meanwhile, there are two steak knives clinging for their life to the wall. Like literally, if the heat would have kicked on, those things would have just zap straight at me. Medieval catapult speed and strength.
Nobody touched the tree.
I'm stuck here between some sort of makeshift jigsaw killer thing. I'm sitting here with two trebuchets mounted with steak knives on them.
He was he was a tinkerer.
He was
This is what we'll say.
And here's the thing. It feels like he was real good at most all the other tinkering.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what.
This was shoddy.
Ill-advised.
At best.
Did not pass code. No chance it passed code.
And how did it pass Grandma?
I think at some point she's like, it's fine.
And they had listen, this situation was fraught because they had a massive Siamese cat.
Yes.
Hateful.
What was her name?
Tonka.
Tonka, that's right.
She was
Holy
huge.
cow, nice
Yeah.
job remembering that.
Right. And so she would climb that tree and the curtains.
Yeah.
So at any moment she could have run and
Right.
just leapt on that, and
Yeah.
we would be goners.
Yeah, it's just oh no, that one clipped me. Just a little, just a little off the top. It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal.
It's good. Open up your next present because it's a bag of blood for the transfusion. Hope you're a universal donor.
Oh man, that made me laugh so hard. So another Christmas memory, I had forgotten about this, but there was an event on OSU's campus, Oklahoma State University, where we both attended. Both of us dabbled in the theater just a bit. The theater. We took some courses. We did some things. There was an event.
I love chicken fried steak. That's a callback to a previous episode from a theater class that I was in where someone moaned the phrase, I love chicken fried steak, into my open mouth hole as a part of an assignment.
It was a class called Voice and Diction.
It was a class called Voice and Chicken Fried Steak.
Called I'm Never Sleeping Again.
Yeah. Ever.
Oh no.
And I looked right back at him and I said, I'll have the seafood tower, please. I've had a really grief-filled weekend.
Under the sea.
Under the sea.
So anyway, there was this event every Christmas called the Madrigal Dinner.
Madrigal.
And it was the Madrigal singers in like the vocal music program.
Mm-hmm.
And they would play like medieval lords and ladies. And they would perform all of these classic Christmas songs and carols while you ate your meal. And there was sort of like dinner and a show. Well, one year you played the jester, didn't you?
I played the jester. Well, okay, can I tell you something? And to this day,
Brandon played the jester.
I'm bitter. I'm bitter about it.
Okay.
And I thank you for giving me this platform to air my grievances about the Madrigal dinner circa 2003, probably.
That sounds right.
Ish, yeah. give or take. But I'll tell you what, my performance transported you back well before that. What year would it have been? I don't know.
1657.
Go ahead. There you go. The year of our Lord, 1657.
The Middle Ages were long and dark.
Well,
dark ages.
They were a grief-filled age.
We would have fit right in.
Nary a seafood tower in sight to quell the burning grief. No, I went in, and I'm what they essentially call like a shoo-in for casting.
A ringer.
I don't audition.
No.
Okay. I don't do it.
They took one look at you and they were like, this guy's a jester.
I'm cast only. I don't audition. But here's the thing. I had to audition because they had come to find out. I went in an audition for the lead jester.
Yeah.
The jester who has lines and moves the show along and is the
MC.
The MC. Mm-hmm. The MC hammer. The what? So, but instead of hammer pants, it's puffy knickers and thou can't touch this. Uh-oh. Music hits me so hard, makes me say, thank thee, Lord. Anyways, MC Pitchfork, something, I don't know, some sort of something from back then. Listen, I go in for this audition because I think I deserve this role. I'm going to go in, I'm going to get mine. This is my big break.
Yeah.
Turns out they had someone already grandfathered in.
Oh gosh.
Who had paid their dues.
Yes.
And they call me back and they said, Brandon, hey, listen.
Yeah.
You're great.
Yeah.
We love this for you, but
the big
we
but.
don't like it enough for you to let you do it. So what we're going to do is you're going to serve the bread.
Yeah.
You're going to fill the waters. But you know what you get to do while you do it? Speaking of British accent, you're going to say things like, oh, governor, what you like in your cup? What you got?
You want some mead?
You like some mead? Would you like a refill on your grog? How's that? What you think?
And you were great.
Oh, Lord, we do have some gluten-free options. Would you like something from the gluten-free menu?
As if gluten-free was a thing in the Middle Ages.
Somebody ordered the kosher meal. Do you have some vegan options?
Listen, people in the Middle Ages couldn't afford to be picky about their gluten.
I'll tell you this right now. I speaking of gluten, one thing I was very good at,
Yes.
is I would juggle the bread rolls.
Yes,
I'd juggle them. I'd juggle them, and then this one guy would grab a grape and he'd throw it up in the air, and I'm very good at catching grapes in my mouth from a distance.
I'm very bad at it.
Well, you
got all those genes.
You lack the athleticism required to catch a grape from distance.
And I do. I make no bones about that. Continue.
Toss the grape. I'll catch it.
And you did.
It won't hit the floor.
You did.
The floor's got manure on it.
Listen, guys.
We're in a barn. I don't know what went on back then.
A castle.
I don't know what's happening.
I wouldn't be surprised. Anyway, all of this to say you were a phenomenal jester number 2.
I don't even know that I was number 2. I think I was one of the many backups that never got his due.
You were great.
Yeah, well, I felt good about it.
You should have, but that was a fun memory to me. I thought, was Brandon that? Yes, he was. He did that, and I just thought the listeners would want to know. I don't think anyone here would be surprised by the fact that you played a jester.
Dressing on the side? Would you like your dressing on the side? Picky.
Can I refill your Dr. Pepper?
Yeah, right. Totally. It's just like I just transported to an age before dinglehoppers even existed. Here we are. Would you like some Mountain Dew?
Or wassail?
Wassail. Which? How authentic are you trying to be tonight?
Listen, you could have parlayed this into a career at Medieval Times.
I really could have, because listen.
What are you doing here?
Can I tell you how many times a day I ask myself that question?
Yeah.
How many times I ask myself, Brandon, why did you not ascend to greatness as the Green Knight at the Dallas, Texas Medieval Times?
Listen,
why aren't you?
We would crush at Medieval Times.
Why are you not fake slaying coworkers?
With a lance? Who would I be?
Why are you
Medieval Times?
Why are you not paper rock scissoring in the back to decide who wins in a jousting match?
Why are you not eating leftover Cornish hens every day in the kitchen?
You would be some sort of weird religious town crier. You would be standing in the town square preaching on grief while the rest of us are trying to enjoy our mutton shanks. I'm up here trying to get some much needed sustenance so I can take to the battlefield and defend my maiden's honor. You're over here talking about grief. Springing a leak in both eye holes.
Meanwhile, I'm a woman preacher and I get burned at the stake.
Yeah, at the end of every night. We get to see you go up into flames, and everyone in the crowd together, and a slow swelling of a chant starts to go, witch, witch, witch. And that's the big finish. That's the big finish.
And meanwhile, children are crying, Mommy, what's happening to the lady?
This is a very valuable lesson. Don't be a woman, lest you be set on fire.
Oh my goodness. a good title too.
Don't be a woman lest you be set on fire.
Yeah, but lest you be.
Yeah.
Lest you be set on fire. Lest you be set aflame.
Just a real historically accurate representation of what's going on.
This episode has gone very dark. But you know what? What do we expect? We've had a grief-filled weekend.
You got to lean into it.
Okay. So guys, we're going to issue...
Burn her! Just kids really buying into it. Yeah! She can't say that stuff. Just we've lost all track of what's going on in the hand-to-hand combat on the other side of the arena while we're burning the witch at the stake.
Okay. Oh, man.
Oh, my gosh.
So we are here to issue a challenge, guys. For our next episode, which is probably going to be our Christmasiest episode yet.
I don't know how you get more Christmassy than this one.
Right? So we're going to issue a challenge. You know what I discovered last night? There is a movie on Netflix, a new one. It's the new Lindsay Lohan film.
Big comeback.
Right?
Comeback trail.
Yeah. It's called Falling for Christmas. You may have seen this on Netflix. You may have watched it. He was about to slide whistle.
I was, but honestly, I'm not going to waste a slide whistle on Lindsay Lohan. Not until I see this performance.
That's what I'm saying. Because let's talk for just a second. Vintage Lohan.
Go ahead.
How much did we love her in Mean Girls?
I loved the movie Mean Girls.
Same, and I loved her in it.
I don't know that I loved her in it.
She was perfect.
I feel like she was just milquetoasty enough to play the role.
I thought she was great.
She's no Regina George.
No. Well, but what? Okay. She was handed that role on a silver platter, on a silver seafood platter, and she crushed it.
Can we talk about how a lot of that cast has gone on to do kind of big things? McAdams,
yeah,
right. You got what's her face? Mamma Mia. She was in that.
Yeah.
What's her name?
I'm picturing her face.
Amanda Seyfried.
Yeah.
Amanda Seyfried. Mm-hmm. And she played a big dummy in that movie, but she's gone on to do other things.
She's great.
The only one who really hasn't done anything is Gretchen Wiener. Because she's coasting on that toaster strudel money.
She totally
She doesn't
is.
need to work.
She doesn't.
Meanwhile, Seyfried's out here doing Mamma Mia and Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again.
And Les Miserables.
She was in Les Miserables.
She was.
Cover her face with a blanket as she drifts off.
Call back.
At the end of her grief-filled weekend.
That's right. And so anyway, I loved Lohan in that. And I loved precious little Lohan in the remake of The Parent Trap. Loved it.
She did a really bad British accent in that. Naturally.
She was wonderful. I loved her. It's one of my favorite movies to watch with Hope.
She's no Jodie Foster. The original Parent Trap.
No.
I think we're going to trap our parents, sir. Let's give our parents... Listen up. We've got some parents and we're going to trap them.
She wasn't the original. It was Miss Bliss.
It's Jodie Foster.
It was...
Are you sure it's not Jodie Foster?
100% positive. It's Haley Mills.
Miss Bliss from Good Morning Miss Bliss and Saved by the Bell fame?
100%.
That's not true.
Yeah, I think. I'm going to feel so stupid. We might have to redact all of this. Anyway...
Producer, look that up, please.
Yeah. So anyway, there's this new Lohan movie on Netflix. And we want to challenge all of you to watch that this week.
You know what? Jodie Foster was in Freaky Friday.
Okay, there you go.
Which is also a Lohan.
But I loved your impression. We're going to trap our parents.
No, hold on. Hey, this is one Freaky Friday. I'm swapping. It's a body swap. Listen up, Dr. Lecter. This is a body swap.
With my mom.
What's my mom? Why is she getting so whistly, Jodie?
I don't know. But was it Haley?
I was in Parent Trap, but I was in Freaky Friday.
Producer, check if it's
Jodie Foster's going kind of George W. Bush.
She really is. She could.
It's trap her parents. All right.
I could see how that could happen. But anyway, guys, watch Falling for Christmas this week. We're both going to watch it this week, and we're going to talk about it.
The movie Freaky Friday starring George Bush and George H.W. Like the two, they just swapped to be the different George Bush. Hey, I'm a dad now. We both were president, but I'm a different kind of president now. Listen, hey. Hey, have you seen that new Lindsay Lohan movie on Netflix? It's pretty good. That's not a bad George W. Bush.
That's really really good. But I'm concerned that our challenge is losing steam here with all of your impressions. Guys, we want to challenge you to watch Falling for Christmas this week.
Challenge accepted.
We're going to watch it. We're going to talk about it next week. This thing got a 5.2 on IMDb, not great. 61% on Rotten Tomatoes, but 74% of Google users liked it. And I want to tell you that there was a CNN article written about this thing.
Producer just got it. Haley Mills, Miss Bliss. Holy cow. Yeah, listen.
Right?
I stand corrected.
Because it's one of my top films.
Hey.
Of my life.
Fool me once. Shame on me.
Stop it.
You ain't gonna fool me again.
Okay, so the CNN article was titled, Lindsay Lohan's Christmas movie isn't what you hoped it'd be. It's so much more.
Oh.
Right?
Listen,
so I think people
breaking
are rooting
news
for Lindsay.
Rootin' tootin'.
And I'm rooting for her. I hope this is great. Here's the description. A young, newly engaged heiress has a skiing accident in the days before Christmas. After she is diagnosed with amnesia, she finds herself in the care of the handsome cabin owner and his daughter.
Yeah.
The one.
Yeah. Sure.
The handsome
There's really only one.
So anyway, guys, watch Falling for Christmas this week. We're basically asking you to take an hour and 33 minutes of your very busy schedule during the busiest time of the year and watch a Lindsay Lohan movie.
Honestly, guys, I can't promise that it'll be the best movie you've ever seen, but one thing that I can promise, and I'll put our pod's reputation on the line with this one.
Yeah.
One thing I can promise is it will be the single greatest amnesia-based Lindsay Lohan Christmas movie you've ever seen.
Yeah.
And you know what?
I promise that too.
It's
No, it won't. You know why?
Why?
Because she was in Freaky Friday.
But that's not amnesia-based.
No, I guess
that's a
not.
body swap.
Sure.
God.
You're right.
And that's also not a Christmas movie.
Okay, sorry.
That was ridiculous.
Anyway, let's move on to accidental texts.
This amnesia-based Christmas movie is so good, you won't forget it. You know?
Boo.
And even if you do, there's going to be a handsome cabin owner to help you with it.
That's right. There always is. At Christmas time, anyway. So Brendan, our buddy Brendan, received this accidental text and he sent it to both of us and it made us laugh. Guys, as you know, these are texts that you receive accidentally. Send these to us if you get them.
It's right there in the name.
Text them, DM us. We love to get these. And they just keep rolling in. This is the one he received on LinkedIn, of all places.
Golly.
A place of business.
Yeah.
Professionalism.
Fine repute.
Supposedly. Anyway, it said this. Your smile is sunny and full of masculine charm. I just started using LinkedIn for a while and I need us to build friendship.
Mm-hmm. Sure. And I don't know if you guys know Brendan, but masculine?
He is the masculine. But he texted us and he said this. Just because this is an inappropriate text doesn't mean she's wrong.
It's like that's funnier than the text itself.
It's true. And I said, Brendan, I have had many people tell me about your sunny and masculine smile.
See, and that's
great.
And
I thought it was weird at the time, but I get it.
And that makes one of us, because I've never heard any of those things about Brendan. I've heard snarky. I've heard sarcastic. I've heard
brilliant,
downright mean.
No, stop it right now.
No, he's fine. He's whatever.
Brendan is one of the funniest, most charming humans on the planet. All right, so then I wanted to get into miscellaneous. We introduced this segment last week, and I want to explain because I think that you guys might assume that we get some kind of a profit from these links. We're putting them in the show notes. Guys, if you think for 1 second we've ever made a dime on this podcast, you're wrong.
No.
You're wrong.
No.
These are just things that we like and we want to share with you. So a couple of them that have been bringing me great joy in this holiday season are battery-operated candles that are on a timer. Mm-hmm. And they come on at a certain time each day and they're magical.
Sure. Well, it's not... it's just batteries, right?
It's not real magic.
It's not magic.
That's exactly
There's
right.
no spells at work here.
The other thing are these fairy lights that I got. And they're actually outside wrapped around my trees. Mm-hmm. And they're solar. And they come on at a certain time each day. And they're magical. If your yard needs magic.
Okay, so that's electricity also. So
if your mantle needs magic, get some of these things, guys. It'll warm your heart and your home and your hearth.
Hearth and home.
That's right. I wanted to give an update on the white chicken chili that I made last week and include the link. It was delicious.
Great.
So good. So if you want to warm your belly.
I'd love to warm my belly. I made a nice warm curry the other day. It was V-delish.
Maybe we should post the recipe in the show note, the Chai Nates.
I wouldn't remember it. I made it up as I went.
Oh, okay. Brandon's too good for recipes. Guys, update on our Friends in Need fundraiser. It's going great. We're going to leave this open through the holidays. So we have slides on our social media that tell you the Venmo. It's at David Wilson-80. You'll know that it's him by the Guam flag.
Sure.
It's going great. And we're going to do the big reveal, but keep that coming.
Big finish
For our Friends in Need fundraiser on Guam. So we are getting kind of tight on time here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Crindy reviews.
I wish we wouldn't have used 45 minutes on the seafood tower.
Listen, that tower deserves it. Crindy reviews Ticket to Paradise. She gave it 3 out of 5 warm hearts and no cold hands. Imagine that Meet the Parents and Mamma Mia got married and had a baby, and you'd have a movie pretty darn close to Ticket to Paradise starring George Clooney and Julia Roberts. I don't know anybody else who's in the movie because who really cares if you have those 2 box office giants? I don't want to be a spoiler, but if you thought really hard about every rom-com you've ever seen that involved a daughter who's marrying an unlikely boy and her parents hate each other, but agree to join forces to sabotage the upcoming nuptials, you'd have this plot. Truth be told, my favorite thing about Ticket to Paradise is watching George and Julia. Can I call you George and Julia? Thanks. Age so naturally and gracefully. I've read that they're the best of friends in real life, and you can tell that they enjoy each other's company. Yes, we see the wrinkles and laugh lines and gray hair and good dental work, but I'm here for it. I've also been frantically Googling Julia Roberts' jumpsuit on Ticket to Paradise, and I think I've located one in Michigan, and they will ship free. I gave this movie 3 warm hearts because it's so predictable, and I don't want to get the reputation for being a pushover just because of lush landscapes, 2 of my favorite actors in jumpsuits to die for. I recommend this movie for a holiday girls' night out. No bad language, no cringy, scenes, and no car chases or guns. What a concept.
What a concept.
So you liked it. What's your warm heart be?
It was so much, just right into that. Grief-filled weekend, worst.
I know.
I'm a cold heart.
You are not.
But a lot of people were very kind and very sweet. So I'll just go ahead and count that as it. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. And if you try to make me talk about it anymore, I say shut up to you.
I'm not gonna.
Be gone.
I'm not.
Witch.
I got a match right here.
And I will use it. And I know for a fact you're flammable. All right, what's your warm heart?
I see it night after night in the arena.
Come on.
My warm heart is, again, this sermon, it was a tough one to preach, but the response to it has been really, really sweet. People have been very, very kind. So thanks to those of you.
So basically what we're saying is, our warm heart is that we are sad people. And thanks for being nice.
Thanks for being nice.
Thanks for being nice.
Hey, shout out to Mia who's doing finals this week.
Go get it, Mia.
Crush it.
Here's the one thing about finals that I say about finals. Get out of here, finals.
Get out of here.
Got 'em. All right.
Bye. Bye.